The US presidential administration confirmed that the DPRK soldiers who are participating in the fighting in Kursk are suffering heavy losses, so they advised the Russian Federation to provide these troops with a sufficient number of body bags. This was stated by White House advisor John Kirby during a press briefing in Washington. As for the DPRK's losses in Ukraine, we know that the number of North Korean soldiers killed and wounded in battles there is growing, he said. At the same time, Kirby did not disclose the exact figures since, according to him, this is intelligence data, but he confirmed that DPRK soldiers are dying, being wounded and being captured by the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Apparently, they received some weapons, some training from the Russians. I hope that the Russians will also continue to provide them with body bags, because they will need it if they are going to continue fighting Ukrainian forces in the Kursk region, the politician noted. The White House advisor added that the North Korean troops that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin relies on are a sign of how desperate he is. Earlier, Ukrainian military expert Yevgeny Diki spoke about the DPRK troops in the war. According to him, these soldiers turned out to be ordinary cannon fodder for the Russian Federation, which almost did not give the enemy a positive result in Kursk. The North Korean soldiers are of very little use to Russia. We are dealing with very disciplined, very highly motivated, but absolutely unprofessional cannon fodder there, he said. Diki noted that North Korean troops very rarely surrender. He is sure that this is due to the propaganda that North Korea broadcasts to its population. That is, these are people who firstly have their brains washed by propaganda, compared to which the Russian media is simply the free world. North Korea is something absolutely beyond the pale. In principle, any propaganda can be penetrated, but they still have families there, and these families are effectively hostages. They all know very well what the regime of Comrade Kim Jong-un does with the families of traitors. Just as in Stalin's time, there was the concept of family member of a traitor to the motherland, which determined the entire fate of a person, so it is in North Korea. That is, their families are hostages there, so they will not surrender or retreat, Diki emphasized. He added that the Russians often use North Korean soldiers as free labor. According to him, these soldiers only held machine guns in their hands when taking the oath, which confirmed their effectiveness on the battlefield.
The players were chosen from among the thousands of Ukrainians wounded in the war. With limbs lost to Russian attacks, they gathered at a stadium in Kiev over the weekend, ready to embark on a new contest, a soccer tournament. Organized by Ukraine's Association of Football, the League of the Mighty is Ukraine's first soccer championship for amputees. Over the past year, the association has invested in local communities to establish teams, recognizing the growing number of war-wounded citizens as a result of the nearly 3-year conflict. With 6 outfield players and 1 goalkeeper on each side, they engaged in intense matches. Outfield players, all lower limb amputees, and goalkeepers with upper limb amputations, played without prostheses, relying on wrist clutches for control. Pokrova Amp won the tournament, with captain Valentin Osovsky describing the triumph as exhilarating. He said that the goal is to have their own championship and to create a strong team to represent Ukraine at the international level. Andriy Shevchenko, president of the Ukrainian Association of Football, said this goal would be a priority for the next few years, as he noted there are more than 100,000 amputees in the country, most of them soldiers who were injured while defending the country. For Alina Balbek, advisor to the president of the association, the sport is one way to provide mental and physical rehabilitation for amputees, but also for society to normalize their growing numbers. Citing their own research, Balbek said the association boasts at least 60 professional amputee players in Ukraine, a significant number considering there are around 1,000 worldwide. Featuring 5 teams from across Ukraine, the weekend's championship served as a testament to the association's success in developing grassroots amputee football across the country since the full-scale invasion began. A dedicated department within the association assists local groups in creating teams.
Тепер опустили ноги на газон, сіли, Спинку підняли і тепер тягнеться.
Вони виходять з іншої сторони. Вони по ту сторону команд сьогодні грають.
Більшість із вас є військовим. І ви отримали свою травму, захищаючи нашу країну. Тому я хочу подякувати вам за вашу сміливість. Цей турнір, він дуже важливий. Важливий тому, що він надає надію, він дає можливість всім нашим людям, які отримали травми, мати можливість реабілітації, якісь частини реабілітації, як фізичної, так і моральної, через футбол.
Слава Україні! Українська команду, яка сьогодні розсудить наших учасників.
Я всі один про одного все знаємо.
Він нами міняє.
Давайте грати команду. Слава Україні! Героям слава! Смерть ворогам!
Мова це для мене основна, була як за ціль основної реабілітації. Мені це дуже допомогло і фізично, і морально, бо тут я з побратимами так само, які пройшли через те, що я. І ми один одного розуміємо, у нас є спільні теми, і ми собі дуже гарно проводимо час.
Потім він впреться в мене, він почне розвертатися сюди і виводить. Сюди не приходила передача, а сюди проживає момент. Цей гравець не підсяде. Що?
Наш досвід десь 1,5 року складає. Порівняно з європейськими чемпіонатами це дуже маленьке, але в Україні ми перші, хто після повномасштабного створили команду замфутболістів. І от пробуємо якось рухатися в місце, щоб наш чемпіонат внутрішній був і ми на міжнародній арені мали сильну команду.